Hey guys, it's Brooke here from the Vintage Gardener. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm outside. I'm going to start planting some of my perennials that I've been getting on clearance into the garden. Planting perennials during fall instead of spring is, I feel, a lot better. Sometimes in spring, especially if your spring goes, sometimes if you don't have a real spring and it goes from like spring to summer, like 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds, they tend to struggle. I've always found that when I've planted perennials in the fall, the weather is cooler. Because of the daylight and everything, the part of the plant above the ground is starting to go dormant. But at the end of the day, they seem to me to do a lot better than planting them in the spring. So that's what I'm going to do. So right now, let me flip the camera around and show you what I'm going to plant. Okay guys, so first things first, I'm going to be planting 7 Japanese anemone in the garden. So, I guess I should say the promenade garden. So those are the beds that are lining my driveway right here. So that's where I'm going to put them. So in terms of what I'm planting, let's see, jasmine, and I'm going to be alternating that with Pocahontas. And then I have this one that I think is called Ruffled Swan. It's a white one. And so I'm just going to intersperse them in the bed somewhere on each side. And then I have 3 lobelia, which is also known as cardinal flower. And as you can see, that is a very, very vibrant red. And that's going to get a little bit taller, so I'm going to put that towards the back. With the Japanese anemone, some of them are a little bit shorter, some of them a little bit taller. The nice thing about Japanese anemone, though, is that they typically send their flowers up on a stalk, and that's really what gives them the height. The base of the plant is usually a little bit more compact. So I can plant these somewhat in the front, I can plant them in the middle. I guess I could plant them at the back, but I think I'm going to go for the middle of the bed, I think. And that is the pooch, who is not getting planted today. So anyway, after I plant these, I'm going to pull out my tulip bulbs because I have some of those and I want to start getting those in the ground. But I'll go over that later. So let me go inside and get my my tripod and set this up, and I will be ready to go. So everything in the garden is looking pretty good. The mums are starting to bloom down there. The ones that are over there are kind of bloomed out. The gomphrena on this side is looking good. I've got some chrysanthemums. A lot of the chrysanthemums are budding up. I have read my manual again, and with chrysanthemums, what tends to happen is that if you get like a heat wave, sometimes that delays the bloom. So I think that's what's happened here. So, if the frost and stuff hold off, I probably will be getting a lot of my blooms mostly at the end of October, November. So I may actually have some blooms for Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, this is one of the ones I got from Longwood Garden. I really don't know the name of this. I still have to look it up. I'm going to see if I find it. I'll put it on the bottom of the screen. But as you can see, it's getting ready to open up, and this is going to look so amazing when it's done. So I'm trying to think of anything else interesting. Well, there's some Japanese anemones back there, and I see the butterfly bush over there. So the hibiscus are looking kind of bad. I can't believe they still have blossoms on them, though. It's kind of weird. Trying to figure out what that is back there blooming. Is that... Oh, I think that's the Japanese anemone over there. That purple thing right there. And I got to start on all this over there. Oh, and I forgot, I've got garlic bulbs, too. I just remembered the garlic bulbs I ordered from Renee's Garden have come in, so I got to get those in the ground. Actually, I need to get some more stock tanks. So I don't know if I'll be able to get those today, but I do need to get them. So I've got plenty to be going on with. And yeah, so actually, you know what? I'm going to go inside and get a cup of coffee. And then once I finish that, I'm going to come out and I'm going to set up the time lapse and get going. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So I got all that planted. I was supposed to be on time lapse. Sorry. So I have some other plants that I'm going to plant, but I'm going to show you guys where they are and what I've got. So give me 1 second. So we're coming over here to my staging area, which is a hot mess right now. And let's look at these plants right here. These are plants that I got at the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society plant giveaway. You know, you just have to know when to go to get all the good stuff. So I went at a later time slot because typically what ends up happening is they're like, okay, take as many as you can carry. So for example, I have this leucanthemum. It's a Shasta daisy called macaroon. And so, so this starts out, it says yellow, and then it opens to bicolor white with yellow centers. And then it fully matures to white. So I'm thinking I might want to put that in the promenade beds, because eventually it does go to white, and I do need some more white stuff. Let me see how many of those I have. And I also have a columbine, which is right here, and this is just a regular columbine. So I guess I can put that in there. And the nice thing about these is they're smaller containers, so that way, you know, they'll be easier to fit. I did get some milkweed, which looks like it might have died. Oh, good boy. I'll plant it anyway. Maybe it just died because of the cool weather. And then I have Virginia Dragonfly Sakura. And I don't remember where I'm putting this. This is a short one. Oh, it's 15 inches high. Okay. So, more leucanthemum. All right, so actually I got a lot of stuff to be planting. Okay. And then, over here, see, I've got some other chrysanthemums. I have 4 of them. Those are definitely, oh, sorry guys. Okay, right here, I've got 4 white chrysanthemums that I can put in the promenade garden. So let me place those, and then I'll add those to the ground, and then I'll plant the yellow coneflower, but I'll take that into the parterre garden. guys, so I'm finished that. I decided to put the other things in the promenade garden. But before I do that, I need to water these mums. So I'm going to do that. I did see some aphids, so I pulled out some insecticidal spray and I sprayed those down. It looks like it's already killing them. So let me just get the mums in the driveway barriers done, and then we'll go into the parterre garden and I'll show you where I'm planting the rest of the stuff. Guys, so I'm in the white section. So I put this particular Japanese anemone in here that's called Dreaming Swan. And I gotta say, I'm a little bit surprised because last year I put 3 Japanese anemones in here. One died over the winter, but the other 2 were still alive. And as a matter of fact, one was right there where you see that, hang on guys, let me put this down. Where you see where my finger's pointing, that's where it was. And it had green growth. And so I don't understand what happened. And then, actually, you know what? There was another one, I think, over here. You see where that white tag is? And that one, okay, so I guess maybe this was the one that I had in the middle, but as you can see, that died. Let me see if I see any growth down here whatsoever. And then I had another one that was over here, and I do see a few leaves on that one. Right, let's see, where is it? Right there. So I'm really surprised. I don't know what happened. I don't know if maybe it was the summer heat. It's just really strange because this part of the garden gets the most shade. It gets the most shade. So like this section and this one purple section, this section got the most, and that section over there got a lot of shade too. So I can't begin to explain what happened. Now I know that I do have some Shasta daisies, and those were little. I mean, they definitely took off this year, so I don't know, maybe that just smothered them out. So yeah, I'm going to have to watch this. So part of me wants to put it there, but then the other part of me is just like, maybe that's just a bad idea. Yeah. So anyway, I have some like miniature irises. They're called crusted irises. They're right here. And they get about 8 inches tall. Where's the tag? Oh, the tag fell out. They get 8 inches tall. I have 4 of them. So you can see that yellow foliage down there and 2 down there. So it's a total of 4. I think I'm going to put the Dreaming Swan right there. I don't know. I guess I could add it to this one bed over here. I would have to cut some stuff back. But I could do it. Like where that marigold is. It's not like that marigold is coming to come back. I might actually do that. Let me give it a little bit of more breathing room, because this actually does get a little bit of shade. It should be happy, especially with the irrigation. I have a couple. I got the Virginia, which I'm gonna put in this bed. I have to get this end. And then I've got something called Turtle Head or something, and so I got some Columbine. I think I'm gonna put the Columbine and the Turtle Head over there, or one in each bed. And then I have some milkweed, and it looks like it's dead, but I don't believe that because that stuff is so vigorous it's not even funny. So that is what I got going on here. So we shall see. I've never grown turtle head. All I know is that it is a native plant. And it's called Turtle Head Tiny Tortuga. So This one gets about 18 to 24 inches high. So it's got some pretty flowers on it. So, and then their Virginia, I think it's going to be kind of pretty too, not to mention the columbine. So, yeah, hang on, guys. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to squeeze things in everywhere I can. And I just know that next year, come spring, you know, the stuff will have been settled in. It's going to it's going to fill in, and it's going to look really, 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 really pretty. So that's that. I don't know that I have enough battery for this steady stick, but we'll see. Okay guys, so hopefully you can see all that. So I'm really proud because I got a lot of my stuff planted, and so I'm gonna have to come out here tomorrow and do some watering, but you know, the temperature is gonna be cooling off. I feel like we're supposed to be getting some rain though. Let me look at my thing. I think tomorrow is supposed to be 67, and then Monday we're supposed to get some rain, and then after that it's much, much cooler. So I'll give them a little bit of water tomorrow, but I think they'll be okay. So anyway guys, that is it. It's dark out here. I can barely see. So I'm gonna go in. I see my dog waiting for me at the front door. But yeah, and I'm really happy. I think next year everything's gonna fill in so much. I think it's gonna be something really phenomenal next year with all these perennials like coming in. One of the things that I'm probably going to do is I'm going to get some bags of bone meal, and I'm just going to sprinkle it everywhere. That way it can, you know, because the plants, of course, even though they're not growing up top, their roots are still growing over the winter. And I'll give them some bone meal just to help that root development so that next year they come out swinging. But you know what I noticed in the yellow section? I actually have a bearded iris that's actually budding, and I'm completely flabbergasted because I think it is a reblooming kind, but it didn't bloom this spring. So when it's daylight, I'll show you guys that. But yeah. So anyway, guys, I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. So good night.